What would you do if you were awakened in the middle of the night to the sound of your 4-year-old child choking and coughing and gasping for air? What would you do if the doctors in the emergency room couldn't cure it? And they told you your son or daughter would always be this way, that they'd always struggle for air, and that this disease called asthma would affect them the rest of their lives. Would you get angry? Would you get upset with God? Would you accept it and learn to live with it? Or would you fight it? Would you devote yourself to reading and researching and studying everything you could, all the causes and all the cures and all the triggers? Wouldn't you do everything in your power? Turn your house inside out, turn your life upside down to prevent it from happening again, to prevent your child from gasping for air and potentially having their airway blocked. You know, I was devastated when my son had his first asthma attack. It literally threw my life into an entirely different direction because I was determined to do something about it, regardless of what the doctors had to say. It took me several years and countless hours of research and studying and asking questions to learn about how to prevent or minimize the triggers. And I'm happy to say my son is alive and healthy today. Learning to Breathe is really 2 books in one. It's our family's personal story about how we chose to fight and win this battle with asthma. But it's also a guidebook for anyone, especially parents, who have been derailed by a diagnosis of a disease, either for themselves or for a spouse or child. You know, you don't have to accept the status quo. You don't have to accept the doctor's words as gospel. You don't have to be a victim to the situation that you're in. If there's anything I've been blessed with, it's a relentless willpower and stamina to fight for the people I love. And in this book, I show you exactly how we did it. I found that if you don't ask the right questions, you won't get the answers you need. I found that with daily prayer, you can persevere through the tough times. And I found that we're capable of much more than we think if we simply decide, if we make up our minds, that we're not going to be a victim to our circumstances. Step 1 is to seek the knowledge you need to deal with what's in front of you. The Bible says, for lack of knowledge, people perish. Hosea 4:6. And in this book, I provide a ton of practical advice for how to deal with asthma and the changes we made in our home to accommodate our son. But the bigger lesson you'll learn throughout the book is that your attitude determines your altitude. I know you'll find this to be an inspiring story that you can take and apply to your own life, no matter what you're dealing with. The book is available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, or you can get an autographed copy right here on the website.